Thank you so much. It's good to be here. I'm in a good place tonight. Not overly attached to outcomes. I'm paying attention to the process, the present, the gift, the present. Let's unwrap this thing together. That's the kind of energy I'm bringing to the stage tonight. And if that doesn't resonate with you, well, I'm totally okay with that. I could give a rip. Because like I said, I'm not particularly attached to outcomes. This is the thing I like, this play of energy, right? You know, I push out towards you the way I do. You might lean in a little closer. You want to get closer to the fire, right? Or you pull back and you ask yourself, is the whole thing going to be like this, or does he have jokes? I'll tell you what, we will find out together. That's what we're going to do. You, me, us, we, inclusive comedy. I have jokes, I have other things too, things I like to do, like word drumming. It's not a joke exactly, it's just words that sound like drums essentially. I'll just do it for you. Check it out. Kick a dick, dick, kick a dick, dick, kick a dick, dick, kick a dick, dick, kick a dick, kick a dick, kick a dick. You got it, you got it. Add stuff to it. Piss tits, kick a dick, hug a butt, hug a butt, hug a piss tits, kick a dick, kick a rickety dick. Kick a rickety, if you pick it, just flick a rickety dick. Hug a big itchy butt, a kick a rickety dick. Hug a big itchy butt, kick a rickety dick. Come on now, kick a big dick, kick a little dick, hug a butt, piss tits, kick a dick, kick a rickety dick. A sticky dick got stuck in a duck's dick, a rickety dick, a piss tits, kick a dick, hug a butt, hug a butt. Bushy pussy, kick a dick, bushy pussy, kick a dick, kick a rickety dick. Tits, 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 tits. Don't you piss off your sister? Don't you piss off your sister? Don't you piss off your sister? Don't piss off your sister, don't you piss off your sister, don't piss off your sister's tits. And don't piss on your sister's tits either, unless there's been a jellyfish sting or something. Just having fun up here. I started seeing a therapist at the beginning of the year. I was looking for a therapist. I checked out cognitive behavioral therapy, and I thought that sounded interesting. That sounded like something that insurance might cover if I had insurance, but I don't. So I went with sliding scale. Have you heard of that? It's not cheap in therapy. But the way I see it, I'm a straight white American man, 6 feet tall. My dad had a college education. We weren't rich, but Dad had a college diploma. It's not crazy that I would have to pay somebody to care about my problems. I understand that. Willing to do that. Yeah. I didn't have a strong criteria of who I wanted to see, the type of person. I didn't have the luxury nor did I have the desire. Gender, sexuality, not important, as long as they're hot, as far as a therapist. Good looking. You're seeing a therapist, right? That was a joke, by the way. Note that, please. That was a joke. I've done that. Judges, you got that? Yeah, and as far as like cultural or ethnic orientation, that's also not important to me because I live in Southeast Portland, where 10 out of 10 therapists is a white Buddhist. Just a fact. The only thing I actually cared about deeply was that I wanted to see someone who was older than me. Like if you were my age in like 10, 15 years, would you want to see a therapist named Braden? Jaden? Some 6 foot tall 10-year-old who's going to help you with your life? I don't think so. I don't want to see a 90s kid. Like I don't want to get like Ninja Turtle therapy, right? Be diagnosed with a Donatello complex. I don't want that. I don't get it. I don't understand the reference. My therapist is older. He looks like Jerry Garcia if he were alive today. And he had a court appearance this afternoon. Jerry in khakis. Twice in session he's used the phrase, "Not all who wander are lost." And I gotta tell you, that was the most expensive spoken bumper sticker I have ever paid for. Very expensive. I bought 2. Yeah. When we were getting acquainted, we've gotten to know each other well, but when we were getting acquainted, he asked me if I had a belief system or a spiritual practice, because of course he did. And I told him that I didn't have a spiritual practice or a faith exactly, but that I have had a number of very transformative and profound experiences with psychedelic drugs throughout my life, throughout my teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm not talking about partying. What I'm talking about is more like skydiving than it is like partying. It's closer to spelunking than it is to like beer bongs. We're talking about 5 dried grams or more psilocybin mushrooms hitting the salvia concentrated 40 times tincture, so that you're not just like playing the shaman's drum, right? Rubbing and tapping the membrane. Instead, you penetrate the membrane. You put your head up into you're not looking at the spaceship, not on board the ship. Instead, you're actually like embedded in its walls of the ship. You're kind of breathing in that marbled cheesecake substance, that solid state cheesecake wheel. And you're thinking, this must be, I'm dying, I have to, but then you realize, I'm the butter, you're the butter. Between us is the butter, right? Butter in all directions, forever, right? You try and wrap your head around that idea, and I don't mean you try to understand it, I mean you literally try to wrap your head around that concept. And the thing is, you're able to, right? Like it's a sphere containing that idea, and it's like a children's television program or something with little crops planted off to the distance on that globe, and then you go, those aren't cabbages, they're skulls. Skulls off to the distance, and it's that bending motion, sort of like a bow of time, but it's maybe the important thing is my therapist understood exactly what I was talking about. That's all that. Fantastic, thank you so much.